Some of you just did not understand when I said that the 3DS is my favorite gaming console, and it's okay that you don't see the vision, but let me explain why. Portable, check. Can fit in my purse, check. And it's also so lightweight that it doesn't make my hands cramp or just feel uncomfortable if I'm holding it for hours and hours, like a Steam Deck or even a Switch sometimes. I'm aware that those consoles can play a lot of the games I'm listing, but this is the console that made me fall in love with all of these games. My favorite game on the 3DS is on here. This is my limited edition Fire Emblem Awakening 3DS. It was like the collector's edition. I love turn-based games. I love that it made my little brain, I think I was 12 when this came out. It made me feel smart. You can also marry the characters and you can have kids. I love that concept as someone that was in love with 2D men my whole life. Music, story, characters, all 10 out of 10. Love it. There's also Fire Emblem Fates and Echoes. Echoes is a remake. I love those two for the same reasons, but Awakening is just my favorite. Sacred Stones is actually the first one that I played, but I have 400 hours on Awakening. I replayed it many times. Next up is the Ace Attorney series. If you like murder mystery and also solving the cases, Ace Attorney is the perfect game for that. I like to think of it as an interactive visual novel. You investigate the crime scene, you question witnesses, gather information, all the fun things, and you're figuring things out as you go. And you take all that evidence and you go to court up against this baddie. You go up against a prosecutor and the cases get harder as you go on. It's both cozy and thrilling because some of the cases are easier than others. And the great thing is that Ace Attorney has a bunch of games. There's 5, 6, 7 games on the DS, and then there's also Miles Edgeworth and Apollo Justice. So I think I just loved not really running out of games to play in a series I really loved. Next is Fantasy Life. Fantasy Life is so underrated. I don't hear anyone talk about it. It's kind of like an MMORPG, but in a DS game. The writing is so witty, like very entertaining to read. You have what are called other lives, which is just like blacksmith, cook, paladin, etc. And you get to run around with your friends because it's multiplayer. You can play it solo as well. And the new game is coming out later this year. I've been waiting years for this. Yes, this is basic, but Pokemon. Heart Gold was the first mainline game that I played. I grew up playing Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap. I always watched my siblings play the mainline games, and Heart Gold was the first I played, but I was so young when I played it that I don't remember much. So Black is my favorite because I was a little bit older and I remember what happens in this. So if you haven't played any of these games, please see if it's on a console that you own, or if you have a 3DS, then find the charger and play it.